Well, these pictures from the U.S. military showed the desperate attempt to flee Afghanistan. An Air Force jet packed with some 640 Afghan citizens took off from Hamid Karzai International Airport on Sunday. 4,000 U.S. troops are expected to be on the ground in Afghanistan by the end of the day to help with those evacuations.
The Biden administration says up to 800 people were flown out overnight, and there are plans to pick up the pace. Deborah Alfarone joins us live from Washington, D.C. with more. Deborah.
And Rake and Ron, we're also just learning now that the president is going to be heading back to the White House tonight from Camp David, where he was supposed to be for a while, and he'll be back this evening. But let's just talk again about that race to get thousands of people so desperate to get out of the country. Now, the Taliban says they pledged no reprisal killings, but those assurances, they're not really being met, with many people believing them, because the Taliban has been known for their brutality.
CBS News has learned calls are going out to thousands of American citizens in Afghanistan with instructions on how to get to the airport and where to go when they arrive.
What our effort is now is focused on moving as many people out as we can.
We predict that our best effort could look like 5,000 to 9,000 passengers departing per day.
Pentagon spokesman John Kirby adds the U.S. has been in touch with Taliban commanders as fighters reportedly patrol the streets outside the airport.
There is communication between them and us. There's been no hostile interactions.
A day after President Biden said he still stands by his decision to withdraw, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said he and other administration officials also take responsibility.
When a civil war comes to an end with an opposing force marching on the Capitol, there are going to be scenes of chaos.
In a news conference, Taliban leaders said the rights of all citizens, including women and girls, would be protected.
They will have to prove to the international community who they ultimately are going to end up being.
The NATO Secretary General says Afghanistan risks isolation if its government reinstates a reign of fear.
And White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said this afternoon that if the Taliban stands in the way of anyone safely getting to the airport, that there would be consequences, and that those would be, of course, the full weight and force of the U.S. military, Reka.
Deborah, there is a race now to withdraw 22,000 Afghans by August 31st. That's less than 2 weeks away to get those people to safety. Is the Biden administration confident that they can complete this mission?
It's a great question, Reka. And actually, Pentagon spokesperson John Kirby was asked that exactly today, because this date is looming and there's a lot on the line here. He wouldn't stick to that. He wouldn't stick to that specific deadline. He wouldn't also beg off of it. He just said that they're working as hard as they can every day to get as many people out. But he would not say, I'm going to stick to that and get everyone out by that date. And, this is just changing moment by moment.
Yeah, time absolutely of the essence. Deborah Alfarone, live from Washington, D.C. Thank you so much.